Moses and the Saint. A story goes that Moses, peace be upon him, went to find a saint in the desert, said to be one of the greatest masters alive. He went into the arid wastes, made a camp, went further, made another camp, went further perhaps than anyone dared to go, being Moses, and found out where the world ends, in a blazing nothingness of sand and sky, lying face down with his chin on the ground, his saint, saying with each breath, in a barely audible voice, Allah, Allah, Allah. The sound of his tongue and the heartbeat of his body boomed all the dunes around him to ring in harmony with that name. Moses was struck dumb. Here, without food, without water, lay the master of the age, dry as bone, nearly naked, more like the sand itself than a man. He sat respectfully, the saint not seeing him, but keeping his invocation throbbing on dry lips with a dry tongue. Allah, Allah, Allah. At last, the saint opened his eyes and saw Moses, who bowed and asked if there was anything the saint needed. The saint said after a while, in a very small voice, Moses had to bend close to hear, "Yes, if you could bring me a blanket against the cold nights, I should be grateful." Moses got up and set out across the dunes again to his last camp, grabbed his blanket and brought it to the man who was now dead. Shocked, Moses sat in wonder at the sight. Then he got up and went off across the desert to his camp again to bring a shovel to bury him. When he arrived, the body was already dust. Only bones remained. Amazed, Moses set off again into the glare to get a receptacle for the bones, to bring them back to bury them in the town of the saint's birth. When he arrived back at the place where the saint had died, Moses found only a swirling whirlpool of dust where the bones had been, and nothing left but spiraling drifts of white powder twisting in the wind. Moses sat down, his eyes on the ground. Then he put his face on the ground in the ache and questioning of his heart and asked, "O Allah, what is the meaning of this? Your saint gone like a breath in the desert wind?" And Allah's voice in the heart of Moses replied, "So long as my friend needed nothing but me, I gave him all he required. As soon as he needed something other than me, I took him